Hello friends, we are going to now start with Kirchhoff's law. In Kirchhoff's law, we will see two types of law, that is KVL and KCL. To start with Kirchhoff's law, we will start with KCL. KCL stands for Kirchhoff's current law. KCL is defined at a particular node. What is meant by node? Let us see. I have one element, let's say R, and I have another element, let's say L. Now, suppose if I assume some current over here, let's say I1, and I assume some current over here, let's say I2. We know that current in the series circuit remains same. So, can I say in this case that I1 and I2 are equal? Yes. So here I1 and I2 are equal and I am defining this particular point as a node. This node is defined as a simple node. The meaning of simple node is a node where current doesn't get divided. So in this case, whatever incoming current is there, the same current is going as I2. So in this case, I1 equal to I2. And in this node, the current is not getting divided, and that is the reason why it is called as a simple node. Now in the next case, we will see, let us assume this current as I1, assuming this current as I2, assuming this current as I3, assuming this current as I4. Now, in this case, at this particular node, as we can see, some currents are entering into the node, some currents are leaving the node. This type of node is called as a principal node. So this type of node is defined as a principal node. What KCL really defines is, KCL defines that at a particular node, addition of all currents equal to 0. Now to do this addition, we should have a current conventions. According to the current conventions, suppose I can assume incoming current as negative and I can assume outgoing current as positive. So according to us, incoming current will be negative and outgoing current will be positive. As I said, KCL says summation of all currents equal to 0. So in this type of node, let us have all the current additions. So as you can see in this node, I1 is incoming, I2 is incoming, I3 is outgoing, and I4 is also outgoing. According to KCL, summation of all currents at a particular node is always equal to 0. So as I can see, I1 is incoming, so I will say it is minus I1. I2 is incoming, I will say it is minus I2. I3 is outgoing, I will say it is plus I3. Whereas I4 is also outgoing, so I can assume it is plus I4. And the summation of all currents according to the KCL at a particular node equal to 0. So what I can do is, I can take these two negative terms, that is minus I1 and minus I2 there. So what I'll get over there is I1 plus I2 will be equal to I3 plus I4. In fact, I can say that I1 and I2, these two currents are summation of incoming currents, whereas I3 and I4 are summation of outgoing currents. So I can say summation of incoming currents is equal to summation of outgoing currents. So this is a KCL, that is Kirchhoff's current law. Let us understand KVL. KVL stands for Kirchhoff's voltage law. What Kirchhoff's voltage law defines? Kirchhoff's voltage law defines that summation of all the voltages in a particular loop is always equal to 0. Let us take an example and try to understand this. Suppose if I consider this type of loop, assuming voltages here V1, V2, V3, let us assume resistances R1, R2, R3 and R4. And let us assume some loop current here I. Before you apply KVL, first of all mark the polarities in a given loop. While allotting the polarities, you have to see a current direction. The point where current enters for a particular element will give you a positive sign, and wherever it leaves at that point it will give you negative sign. Let us understand this. This current is entering, let's say in R4 from this end, so I will say plus here. Leaving from this end it is minus. Entering R1 at this point it is plus. Leaving R1 at this point it is negative. So according to that, mark the polarities across all the resistors there. According to KVL, summation of all the voltages in a particular loop equal to 0. Let us now apply KVL. But before you apply KVL, we should have voltage conventions. Voltage conventions will be like this. Suppose you move from positive to negative, we will consider it is negative voltage. Whereas when you go from negative to positive, we will consider a positive voltage. So in this loop, let us apply KVL. Now I can start from any point, so I'll start with V1 voltage point. So when I go from clockwise direction, I will start with positive to negative. So positive to negative, the last sign is negative, so I will say minus V1. Then positive to negative, I can say drop across resistor is by Ohm's law I into R, which is in this case I into R1. So that is minus I into R1. Positive to negative, I would say minus I times R2. Negative to positive, I will say positive V2. Positive to negative, I will say minus I times R3. Positive to negative, I will say minus V3. Positive to negative, I will say minus I times R4, and this is whole equal to 0. So this is the procedure by which we apply KVL. So according to KVL, summation of all the voltages in a closed loop is always equal to 0. Let us understand what really KCL and KVL means with further examples. Suppose to understand KCL, I'll draw some parallel circuit. Assuming one current source in upward direction having magnitude as IS, means it's a source current. In parallel with this, I have one resistor, I have one inductor, I have one more element, let's say capacitor. So what I can see in this circuit, the source current is I, and it is forming some node over here. Some current gets into resistor. Let us define this current as current through resistor IR. Some current enters into inductor element. Let's say that conductor as IL, and remaining current enters into capacitor. Let us define that current as IC. So by KCL, can I say that summation of incoming currents equal to summation of outgoing currents? So what I can see, the summation of incoming current is only one current, which is I, and summation of outgoing current can be taken as IR, IL and IC. So on conclusion note, I can write this as I is equal to IR plus IL plus IC. Otherwise, how do we define current? As current is equal to dq by dt. That is nothing but we generally define current like this. That is charge by time, it is defined as a current. So the real unit of current is coulomb per second, which we defined as ampere. So I can replace every current over here by dq by dt relation. So what I can write this I as dq by dt. I can say current through resistor as dqr by dt. I can replace this IL with dql by dt, plus I can define this IC, or I can replace this IC with dqc by dt. As you can see in this equation, there is a derivative on both the sides. So how do we remove this derivative from both the sides is by integration, because we know that integration is antiderivative. So integrating both the sides, with respect to time. So if we integrate both sides, what shall I get? This becomes only Q. This becomes QR. Second term becomes QL and the third term is QC. So what I can see that total Q is equal to QR plus QL plus QC, meaning that this Q defines the total charges supplied by the source. QR indicates total charges flowing into resistor. QL indicates total charges in inductor and QC indicates total charges in capacitor. So we can in fact say that KCL is also conservation of charges. So KCL is nothing but conservation of charges. In one of the problem they have asked what KCL stands for. So the right option was conservation of energy. So please remember that KCL is always defines conservation of charges. So now we will understand the significance of KVL also. To understand significance of KVL, let us assume a series circuit which is again consists of R, L and C elements. I'll say this is total voltage V. We have three elements here. This is R, L and C. Let us assume the current is flowing in this direction, which is a clockwise. Leaves polarity like this: voltage across R, voltage across L, voltage across C. Assuming voltage across R is VR, voltage across C is VC and voltage across L is VL. So this is VR, this is VL and this is VC. By applying KVL, I can say that V, negative to positive we define V, positive to negative we say minus VR, positive to negative we will say minus VL, positive to negative we will say minus VC, whole equal to 0. Or I can say V is equal to VR plus VL plus VC. Voltage is also called as a potential difference, and how do we define voltage is work done per charge. So I can replace this V by dW by dQ, that is work done per charge, which is equal to dWR by dQ plus dWL by dQ plus dWC by dQ. Again, as we have seen in the previous slide, to remove derivative sign, we can integrate both the sides. So, applying integration on both the sides, what I supposed to get is W equal to WR plus WL plus WC. We know that to have work done, we require an energy. Therefore, the total energy would be energy in resistor plus energy in inductor plus energy in capacitor. So, from KVL, we can conclude KVL expresses conservation of energy. So, KVL expresses conservation of energy. Whereas, as we have seen in the previous slide, KCL expresses conservation of charges. So based on Kirchhoff's law, let us solve one problem. In this problem, the circuit is given. Current IR is equal to 4 plus e to the power minus 3t plus 3 into e to the power minus 4t, and IL of 0 minus given as 1 ampere. You have to find the value of phi which is given for the circuit. Now if you observe this circuit, in the current source, the given magnitude is 12 cos of omega t minus 5. They are asking you the value of phi here. And what in support they have given is current through inductor at time interval t equal to 0 minus. You will understand the meaning of 0 plus 0 minus only when we will start with transient analysis. For time being, I will request you to treat 0 minus as 0 itself. So I can say that what is given to us is current through inductor at t equal to 0. What is given to us is current through resistor with respect to time expression. and we have asked to find the value of phi, which is nothing but the phase information of the given supply. So we can solve this problem with the help of KCL. Let us begin. So at this node I can apply KCL. I would say this is incoming current, this is incoming current, and this is outgoing current. As we have defined in the previous slides, incoming current would be treated as negative and outgoing currents will be treated as positive. So I can say that minus IL minus IR, in this case we should take positive IR because it is outgoing, and minus the supply current, I will say this is supply current, I would just replace as IS equal to 0. Or I can say that current through resistor will be equal to IL plus IS. So IR can be written as IL plus IS. Let us substitute their values. So IR value is 4 e to the power minus 3t plus 3 into e to the power minus 4t. Equal to IL value, so I'll just write IL plus, now I will substitute IS value, which is 12 cos of omega t minus 5. Let us substitute t equal to 0 in this expression. So at t equal to 0, this becomes e to the power 0. So it will actually become 4 plus 3, which is 7, which will be equal to, now IL is also a function of time. So IL of t at t equal to 0, they have already provided us an information that IL of 0 minus as 1 ampere. So I will replace IL with 1 plus 12 cos of, wherever there is t you have to replace 0. So now this becomes 0 and it becomes cos of minus 5. We know that cos of minus theta is positive cos theta. So I can in fact say this is cos phi. So after solving this, what you get is 12 cos of 5 equal to 6. So now if you take cos inverse, so it is cos 5 equal to 0.5, and if you take cos inverse you should get 60 degree. But here in options, as you can see, the angles are given in radians. So to get 60 degree you should say it is pi by 3, because pi is nothing but a 180 degree. So 180 degree divided by 3 becomes a 60 degree. So what is correct option along with these 4 options is option A. So I can say this phi is equal to pi by 3 radian. I'm sure you have understood this problem. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned with Ekeeda. Subscribe to Ekeeda.